them to engage in agriculture and fisheries-related economic activities. And lastly, agribusiness activities which support soil and water conservation and ecology-enhancing activities. For the information of the honorable members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, these items are also included in the proposed Dukwag Agricultura Ordinance. Okay? So the proponent, obviously, is the local government unit of the city of Borongan. Okay? So the intended beneficiaries are the local farmers, fisherfolk, and agri-fisheries entrepreneurs of Borongan City, Eastern Samar. So, taga-Dinhila talaga. And then the estimated cost for the initial implementation of this program, di ko na like may mention because I suppose the budget was already included in the approved 2020 budget of the city of Borongan, but with Ecolotilia, I understand that we cannot disburse the funds unless the ordinance is approved and this set of guidelines are finalized. We understand that very well, Your Honors. Okay, so before I go into the details, although on how are we going to go around with the specific implementation of each component, project, or activities inside the Dukwag Agriculture Program, let me discuss to you in brief some items included in this program document. Okay? The possible risks. Of course, there's always a risk. Especially so that the program will be implemented using financing scheme. Okay? So the program is fully aware that success rate of development interventions involving credit financing is rather dismal. Marang kita hiton nga, basta pa utang, medyo kuidaw tayo dyan. The state of failure seems to be the more normal mode in most agricultural credit. Since time immemorial actually. Here in the Philippines and even in the whole world, more often than not, whenever there are financing programs, mamanda mo ito na bagsak kontra itong nagsasucceed. Okay? So the usual reasons include low repayment or non-repayment of loans and worse, credit fungibility. Credit fungibility is the diversion of loan proceeds to other uses, making it costly and difficult to ensure that it is used for its intended purpose. Dukwag Agriculture Program builds on trust. Okay, so despite hatong nga mga setbacks, di man lewat kita pwede sumiring nga di nala kita magios, no? That is why it is the battle cry of the Honorable Mayor nga kung diri kita, yan uman, kung diri yan ha, saan pa man kita. Although kung ibabase tahan mga past records, past experiences, ang iba nga mga nagsugad hining mga programa, talaga, itong success rate is very low. But Dukwag Agricultura builds on trust. While it acknowledges the foregoing risks, still it wants to give the small farmers and fisherfolk of Borongan City, as well as the implementing officials, the benefit of the doubt. The proponent firmly believes that it is the best possible option at hand, especially now that we are facing this deadly threat of COVID-19. Nga ito yung gidadako nga naiigo yan is the economic sector. And it was said din nga na-component as the agriculture and fisheries subsectors. Okay? So, the best possible option at hand to ensure local food sufficiency and improve the poverty situation of the city, whose majority of its population is composed of small farmers and fisherfolk. Stakeholders, including city officials, program implementers, program partners, and the beneficiaries themselves only need to trust one another. Okay? Magipiyar-piyar lang kita, Your Honors. As yan nanigin didinoso ni Mayor. Kung magigipiyar-piyar lang kita, bangin hindi kita itong maging tinikangan, ito natin ginuong garaw. Because I believe, the Mayor believes, that all of us are actually aiming for the betterment of its Boronganon. Okay? Besides, the program will endeavor to institute measures to sustain it and reduce, if not eliminate, the underlying risks as discussed. So, for adaptation measures or the risk reduction measures that we will be institutionalizing to reduce, if not eliminate, the risk of failure, the program through the City Agriculture Office and the City Veterinary Office will utilize the supervised credit scheme. Okay? This credit scheme refers to a system of lending which combines production with technical services to the farmer borrower to make sure that the loan is being used to adopt recommended practices to increase yield. In this modality, the agricultural extension workers of the City Agriculture Office and the City Veterinary Office will assist the beneficiaries in preparing, first, the farm plan and budget. Or, kung mas pampangani, the project proposal, which shall be the basis for computing the loanable amount for each potential beneficiary. Okay? Credit shall be provided to them either in cash, in kind, or both. Regular visits to the farm shall likewise be conducted by the AEWs or the agricultural extension workers to make sure that beneficiaries use the production inputs as intended. Bali magiging panin hiya, kung na basketball pa, man-to-man. Kay asa malatahin paagi nga diri kunta matintar. Labi na yan if you will notice, ito na tapapati kita pamantalaan mga TV, it news sa TV, even itpaggawa iton aton mga beneficiaries of the Social Amelioration Program, imbis kunta para kunta era subsistence, di ba? Ibinubulang. Ano? Ginagamit hindi ba? That is credit fungibility actually, or diversion of funds. Di dahil itong intended unta, pero nga ito't iba ginagamitan. So, I am sure nga itong dukag agricultural funds will not be immune to these practices by some mga kuan, pasaway ng mga beneficiaries. That's why talaga the challenge of safeguarding the funds nga diri hiya ma-misuse hataas talaga. That is why the program will really endeavor para inihiya nga mga risks malikayan. So to further reduce the risk of failure, the following implementing guidelines shall be observed. One is, following a massive information campaign, the City Agriculture Office and the City Veterinary Office shall enlist prospective beneficiaries who will show voluntary interest. I will repeat, voluntary interest. Wala pong pilitan dito. Kung hinula iton mag-interest, asyalat aton titikangan hiton validation. Although we will promote the program to all of the barangays here in Borongan, pero di rin kita man mimirit nga porkit magsusuluhin sa lokarang, yan din ang pautang. Dapat voluntary because itong pala nga nagbo-voluntaryo kasi pala sigurado nga may interest. And then, from that interest of the potential beneficiary, ang mga groundworks magtitikang like ang validation niya, technically, financially. So,
yes, Honorable Cainday.
So, Mr. Cabornes,
yes, Your Honor.
Just to clarify, kasi as I remember, hanaton initial discussion nasa rin kahat, nga napulo lang nga barangay, posibleng nga beneficiaries based on soil testing. So yan nga tanan na nga barangay pwede. Kasi di ba, nagkukuhan pa nga ni kitahat, nagdidebate nga, kaya nung gagamitan niyo 2015 soil testing when we just signed a new soil testing in 2019. Tapos kaya ano nga diri nga tanan, kaya na napulo lang when we can, pwede kita maghalatlaan matapos ang soil testing mga possible agricultural area. So, if you're saying nga tanan na pwede, so do we have now the results of the soil testing? Kasi di ba, napulo ang nagka-barangay or napulo lang nga barangay pwede talaga?
Okay, to the first query of Honorable Cainday, yes, at the onset, I was telling this honorable body nga the program will be piloted in only 10 barangays. Ano? Pero with the recent developments, labi na yun nga yun na kanang COVID, as stressed, liwat kanina naton Honorable Chairman of Agriculture, Honorable Suyot, nga daka linagpakhan economic sector, labi ng agriculture, ginabayahin local chief executive nga ubuso nala. Ano? Ubuso nala. Now, to the second query of Honorable Cainday, kung may na ba resultahan ka ng BSWM survey, for the information of the Sangguniang, waray pa. No? What we will be utilizing will be the baseline or the general recommended management and cultural practices by the Department of Agriculture and other agricultural scientific data. May data man. Asa tala na gagamitin.
So,
Kay makuri man kita maghinulat.
Correct. So time is of the essence.
Yes,
But,
yes.
Even if time is of the essence, parang ayaw kami pagdagmita because, di ba, parang we have that mandate from the local government code nga kailangan lagi na syempre ma-check it atin mga programa. So, we are in supporting a programa. Don't get me wrong. Di ba, we told you that even before pa nuna, nikirita pa nag-istorya. So, inataka nagiging question, what will we, kasi para nagiging basis today, diri naan soil testing ta. Ano naman magiging gamit na hanat soil testing? What if natin mapautang diri hiya asya naging resulta natin soil testing? Parang it's either nag-waste kita aton kwarta para aton pagkontraktan bago nga soil testing in 2019 or mag-waste kita aton kwarta para papautang tapos ang magiging resulta natin soil testing di ngayon pwede. Parang in both cases, although the intention is very good, maram kitahin. But can you help us reconcile kung ano ba din kitahin nga daan na napiperde?
Okay. Actually, Your Honors, we can proceed even without laanayhan, resultahan, soil survey and analysis and soil and BSWM because direct na siring nga warehat gamit han ka ng BSWM pero kung titikangan tayo na kasi we have at hand actually available literature about the crops and animals suited for Eastern Samar at the general perspective. Asa talanay pwede gamitin. Samtang naguhulat kita hadtong resultahan BSWM. Kasi ang BSWM kasi, ang pinakadetalye na labinahan kung ano ang mga types of crops nga ma-adapt, di dahan particular niya nga tuna. But, in general, we have available data nga pwede ta pagbasaran. It's still based on science. Dirit hiya hocus-pocus. Kaya kung masiring kita nga, kung asagit hiya ang giiguhiton, halimbawa ito nga barangay, it may not be the bullseye, pero dirit hiya di dahirarayo. Probably aditin mga plus or minus 5% accuracy as compared hiton kung aadaan ang ungod na resulta. Ano?
Then, kayo ta pa man pag in-spendhin pira ka millions para han soil testing. Kung may data namang yan general idea han atin din ni Borongan, Eastern Samar nga dili nang yan magde-deviate more than 5%. At akalit nila parang kasi asya tanakan anaman din I think pag-approve kasi we are going to use it for local agrikultura. So kami parang sige mo upait base may basihan at pagpautang may basihan ating programa. And then now you're telling us di na nga kailangan because we already have this hanuna pa. So in short you're telling us at previous administration in 2015 nga na we just wasted money because we already have that general scientific based data tungkol aton mga crops din hiha Eastern Samar?
Your Honor, diri man nasiring nga waray kong gamit Kaya lang, ang kinadakoy nga gamit atong nakandak nga soil survey han Bureau of Soils and Water Management. Itong tuna kasi, itong tuna, the soil itself, nag-i-evolve in hiya over time. So, itong aton kasi programa, itong Dukog Agrikultura kasi, diri man lain, this is matagalan, long term. So, bisan niya na waray pa ang aton resultant BSWM test, we can be utilizing anay at nga aton mga available literature, and then later on, kay para, what I am trying to is, bangin niya na, applicable pa itong aton itong aton available literature about this crop or this particular livestock. Pero pag abutin pipira katuig, nga waray ta update, waray ta pinaka-recent nga findings kung ano na ititatabo, considering liwat ito naton nagbabago nga panahon, ada makam in ang gamit han aton soil survey conducted by the BSWM. Pero kung paghihinulaton ta kasi, although, don't get me wrong, Your Honor, sa dire damak nagdadagmit, I am not forcing myself, we are not forcing our program agrikultura, dukwag agrikultura, nga talaga matikangan ura-urada, we understand na kinahanglan talaga niya planchado, pero pwede ta matikangan niya na, anyway, di man nga na ka naghuna-huna agad, nga diretso niya damo itong kuhang kay ngani, may dahin niya mga birth pains, ka magtitingang pala kita, magiging very stringent talaga ating selection din para itong beneficiaries. We will select itong beneficiaries nga talaga makakaigugod at least nga ito'y pinakagihara ni itong ideal nga condition as we can read it from the literature. In the absence han resulta pan BSWM. Pero pag abot ang resulta ng BSWM, basta na gagamitin. Asan na't gagamitin?
Okay. Thank you. Honorable Sued first and then Honorable.
Thank you very much. Itangang gadla iton kasi iton nga soil testing gi importante yan. But it doesn't mean just because there is no soil testing yet nga nahimo na ano ang bago nga diri madalagan ang opisina ng agriculture nga city government. Kasi in nga programa ng agriculture gi importante nga sektor itaton panggobernuhan, pagkaon iton. So, Mr. Gabornes, are you saying a while ago nga samtang ito wara pa ang kanan in ordinance, wara pa ito na soil testing, wara na niyo pagkatrabahoon, asabay ta pakaintindi. Di rin na ba kita mag-implementar yung programa pang agrikultura? Okay. So, kasi iton pag-improve iton, we cannot be navigating in the dark. Kasi kung sugay nga aram natin, nga maupay nga inisugay itanonin nga tuna, kasi nalago, mababuli ka mga paraguma. Magiging productive ba nira mga tanong? Di malulugi ang nira investment. Di suga kunwara, patsaro-tsamba na lalanay kita. Pero, siring pa man, in agricultural production tanin niya Pilipinas, may ihanayin. So, ang mga knowledge nga na-gain ni Yuhan una, pwede pa ito magamit yan ha. Mga kuwang pa iton. Gamit pa iton. Pero, the moment, yung may datanahan natin kanan, soil survey, maupay na yan kasi maginggihan na kung ano ang dapat natin mga itanong, din hiya mga borongan, din mga lugar, kung ano mga livestock, kinalan natin pagkatamanan. Kasi importante hiya, makurid, blind, na nag-navigate. Makurid, masirang maging na-navigate, hindi ka maarap. So kahit ito niya, usay nga idhat, usay natin nga tool na magagamit para kuha ni taton agricultural production, nga ni kung mapagana kayo, pero taton agricultural productivity din niya borongan.
Apag kaya na? Labi na yan ang may hada.
Na-presenting.
On average.
Kung hakabukusan ito natin agricultural scenario, I can only estimate in the range mga 70 to 80% lang kita so ganito.
So the rest inaangkat na?
Yes. Inaangkat pa. Pero labi na yan labi na yan nga medyo na aapektuhan itong activities ito natin mga farmers, mga fisher folk, mas maguti permanente ito niyan.
Anyway, sige.
Food sufficiency.
Yeah. Sige, kahit.
Kasi dati hindi problema, food sufficiency. Bisan talaga itong di, kinahanglan yan. Kinihatin, kariyag na palang masyo, mga katauhan, nadirikta kinahanglan mga lalo na ngayon ng bugas. Nanaangkat na kita yan ang rice production, hinabubo. Kinagkalawan natin ito, within this year, bayan kita umabating kakulangan ng bugas. I am not trying to alarm everyone. Pero usa ito ng mga realidad ng ating mga tubangon. Iba nga mga nasyon na buhording, di na napaguwas. Kaya kinala naman na Manira. Yan atin din ang Borongan. Itadang rice production na po. Ngayon magsugan ito rin ang mga ibang mga punto. Are we ready to face that scenario?
Sige.
Yeah, go ahead, Honorable City Agricultures. Honorable Arago.
Yes,
Kindly turn on the microphone.
in this discussion.
Mike.
Anyway, the recommendations, whatever program recommendations of the city agriculturist, some of the provisions there will be treated in coordination with our ordinance, di ba?
Yeah.
So,
You are correct, Your Honor.
he cannot proceed with the program without the ordinance. So, di na tatapagtatara. Ito na ito niya. Kay iratangan pagtatara, pareho na una. So, let us leave it as it is ka. Recommendatory pala ito niya. Whatever recommendation. And the good points, the good thing there is we can have some provisions here incorporated to atin.
You are correct, Your Honor.
Pero it has been noted by the city agriculturist nga diri pagad may implementar ito nga imo implementing rules without the ordinance. So you should
I understand very well, Your Honor.
I subscribe to the manifestation ni Honorable Arago nga. Siguro today, kay since we do not have the whole day to have this session, limit siguro po your presentation into the vision of our Honorable Mayor. Kung ano, pati dapat iyo po kasi ako I salute our city agriculturist because it's really good. So we should listen to his report and we make sure that we incorporate it in our ordinance. So but I agree with Honorable Machorago nga siguro pag incorporate is during the committee level na, not today.
Not in the session. I would like to acknowledge the presence of our
yes.
City Mayor, Honorable Mayor. Thank you for visiting. Yes, go ahead, Honorable Suyot.
Itkuantalay din kasi kag-importantihin ng mga programa kasi panahon. Sa no tayo ni humanda ito nga problema. Dati kakurit sitwasyon eh. Kinahanglan makapagkuhan kita ng mga intervening program nga mga importante. Ito importante la, pantayan la naman kung nasa territory, di ba? Kasi anyway, may man mga safeguards, pero itong output rationalin niya program, maupay. Iupay. There is no question about it. Asa nga, hindi ka nakukuhan. Kasi it's the middle of May. Pag-June na. Tapos, tagpira lang kita panana doon. At mga oportunidad, mga parapangisda, malilimitar. Kasi, kita lalo na pananang ito, May. Tagpira lang kita. 2 seasons lang, di ba? Tagduha lang.
Tagdusa lang nga,
Malug eh.
yeah.
Tagdusala. Usala, lalo na. Usala.
But we will, with the pag-agrikultura, we will endeavor nga maging at least makakaduha kita ito natin namay. Because we have the technology actually. Even we have no irrigation.
Yeah.
That is why, as a rejoinder relative to the issue on the utilization or usability of the results of the BSWM survey, aside from getting the proximate information on what crop or animal or what particular fertilizer rate is good for that particular barangay, ano, ito sa importante pangagamit ito natin kuan, ito natin resultahan BSWM is that yan ang may adata COVID ngan with the issue on climate change, ano. Ini nga resultat BSWM, as in magsusumatakal kung ano pa iba nga potential commodity nga pwede din niya Borongan with the result. Pero diri kita pwede diri kita pwede diri damit niya kinahanglan paghinalatan, ano. Itato niya dira magiging ano yung magiging kagaramitan is the future. Kay long term man ito natin do pag-agrikultura because the main purpose kung kaya ano nga we are proposing an ordinance is first to institutionalize do pag-agrikultura as a mainstream program of the local government of Borongan City.
Sige. Okay.
So, if I may, continue, Your Honor.
Honorable Limbauan first. I think she has a question.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Sir Gabornes, Takad gibibinati hayam kanina. I just want to be clarified kay anakit gibibinati kanina nga parang you are open to possibilities nga talaga dakit riskin nga atin program given that we are given parang maghatag kita yung kwarta nga atin nga mga farmers. Pero upon reading draftan atin ordinance, wari ko pa nabasa nga provision nga what will happen, what are the steps niyo office kung mag-fail itong farmer itong program kung di ba nagpaharam kitang kwarta tapos waray man dire successful ano tatan steps
Ano magiging garantiya? Okay. To answer the question of Honorable Limbauan, actually, sharing ko pa, itong hiya nga mga issues, dapat hiya may susunod diri. Han pinaka-IRR han ordinance. Kaya lang, again, what I am presenting is my very own idea. Pero dito aton proposed ordinance, dapat iton magkukumpleto, magfo-formulate han komprehensibo nga implementing guidelines on how we are going to go about the implementation of Dukag Agrikultura will be the Special Program Management Unit which is composed of several personalities. Nga siring ko pa nga, may ala din mga, for sure, itong chairman on agriculture, the chairman on appropriations, mga bulig ini. That is why, kung ini nga ako naging represent ng program document is concerned, di pa yun talaga kompleto. Kay I do not want to monopolize also the wisdom on how are we going to implement Dukag Agrikultura. And ako na naging represent this morning are the salient features minus ang iba pa nga mga detalye kay pagkakaroon-kayakanan pa na. Pero the honorable members of Sangguniang can already have a bird's eye view kung paano padadalag ng actually itong program. So if I may continue, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman.
You're done, Honorable.
Last one na lang.
Before we let our...
this is just a suggestion nga sana hiton aton ordinance nga tanan nga programs nga kailangan mabasa tao hiupod nito at ordinance kasi yan na pala gidida mo init mga sobrang general damit ang pakiana tapos nasa rin ka pa nga nga mga pakiana di nagbubutang it IRR. How can we approve this ordinance hindi rin pa kami satisfied kung ano ba talaga nga program. So I suggest na hitong nga ordinance before we approve it, sana mas detalyado hiya on how will you implement this Dukag Agrikultura program.
Honorable Sadak first. And then,
in addition to Honorable Limbauan's statement, di ba mas maupay kung iton mga safety nets will be already stated in the ordinance para klaro ngayon iton mga people that are accountable kung pumalpak kasi dako ini nga kwarta itatan iga-allocate so dapat makasigurado kita nga dire la makakawang iton kwarta hiton aton mga tao.
Go ahead, Honorable Sir. I so happen that I was able to read the ordinance. Asa nga ni karag ko pagana panabasa ba ni ran ordinansa. Kasi kung makita ka dan ordinansa, may dito revocation. Revocation han grant. Kung magpumalpak ka ganyan, kay pacing yan May pace, first pace. Installment yan. Di ka ganyan makakuha, uod doon. May tapa penalty clause. May tapa, actually, it is 17 minutes niya nila. Hindi ordinance masyadong katantad. Basalan niyo, makita ka bitida. Nga masyado yung katidyos. It's burdensome nga ni itong aplikante. Kaya visa and conditions imposed, criteria, tapos ito na revocation and penalty, tapos and breach of contract, which I don't think that it will be included in the ordinance. Kasi it will be the function of the legal office to file the necessary action in court if there is malversation of fund. Era na ito. Pero ano ng penalty clause?
Honorable Presiding Officer Mingay.
Yes,
actually, hiya ko nagbasa kin ng ordinance. Kaya nga nagyaya ka na kaya na kung ano nabasa kasi I'm still not satisfied. Penalty clause, masa rin ka lang nga 5,000, fine of 5,000 and revocation. What if maghatag kita nga farmer hin 10 million. 5,000 pesos let iya babaydan. So alam mo yun, satisfied ka na ba hit nga penalty clause? So I think kailangan tapahin mas detalyado nga provision direct hit ordinance kung paano tain tataganhin mas maupay nga doon para mas maupay pag-implementin nga ordinance.
Okay, so last one first, Honorable Cainday, and then we will let our presenter proceed. Sige, Honorable Cainday first.
Parang we understand, kahit 5,000, na siya hit maximum cash na pwede taig penalize. But I think, kay as I've read naman, hindi nga ginhatag-hatan nga ordinansa, even hitatan mga criteria, kung hindi pwede mahibutang, diri pa satisfied. Because although we have a criteria for individuals nga beneficiaries, what ita criteria para hit siya di nga sinisari nga beneficiary nga direct individual, which is nga mga businessmen. So we do not have that criteria. So hibisan niya ako, if in the first place di kita maaram, bangan lang kasi ordinansa reading it, bangan ka sumiri bisan lahin o basta pwede siya mag-agricultural activities din ha Borongan, pwede na. Kasi yaadi nga niya hit, letter D, section 8, letter D, micro, small, or medium scale processors, consolidators, other enterprises who are willing to assist producer groups by forging contracts of formal marketing agreements for such producers. And these are under the beneficiaries of the program. I have not seen a criteria for that. I think the point of our honorable Sangguniang Panlungsod members is not only parang itatan pag-penalize kundi hirap makakabayad, but I think itatan ordinansa, even if there will be implementing IRR para hinhini our ordinance should come out as if wala na question. Kasi that's what is asit maupay nga legislation. Ito yung ordinansa, makanadida, pagbasa hitawo, di na hiya mapakiana kung mag-ano, paano kung sugakhin. But ini pa nahiya that's why we want this to be treated nga parang in detail. Kay basit nga ito, ikukuhan din nga more than 100 million. Maaram na katakon kang kanahihinga nga to. And then after that, kaya that penalty man lang, madalak nga ka 5,000, we should have other kinds of control or measures. Kay di mati proportionate 5,000 to 100 million or itatan din maximum kasi 500,000 eh. But still, not parang takpag kinulawan, parang ibig sabihin the program is very good, but we make sure nga atin resources nga binabayad at taxpayers di rila din Borongan kung dit bugo sa Pilipinas because we're still independent, di rila niya basta-basta gino-authorize without asking questions. I think that is the point. But we fully support this program.
Mr. Chair.
Patapos sa talaan nila with atin nagre-report
Just
para
one.
itong kaintindi.
Amo na nga, I want to manifest
Just one
ayaw ito na pag pinahilaba. Anyway, it was agreed during the session nga kukumbin nga ni whole Sangguniang Panlungsod as a whole body. Nagbibinalik-balik kita ng iruluhin ng mga problema. In fact, sa halin ito lungkod nga problema ang soil testing. It is a contract, a multi-million contract, kareg ko hibaruhan from the City Agricultural Office kung saan ulit kahuman, o nahuman na, kay bangin hinugadhan igar nga naglaps na yung maiha. And it is very important as to kagawad Cainday's statement. This program will also depend on that soil test findings, di ba? At mga barangay. So, may I ask the agriculturist kung he has the knowledge kung saan o mag-expire, kung saan o all-put itong result para kasulbaran isang problema nga ordinansa.
Honorable Scott first, and then Honorable Suyat. Last na yung Honorable Suyat, and then we will let our...
Maram ka mo, nakatibig kita. Pag draft palit ordinance, dapat makakita parliamentary procedures. Adakin siringan una nga session, igin-raise ko nga ikarinig komita sa hall. Para di kirikitahin maging kuhanin na ordinance. With impact, ikatataw ni Suyat, I am a member of the committee. Nag-committee meeting kita, ini nga draft ordinance, gimbasa ini dito. Pero may dito mga naanamon mga suggestions, waray panin ibutang didi. Wara ka pa pagliwat Ngan tapos, tinatagan ng kopya ang mga members ng Sangguniang Panlungsod. Tapos ini, pag siring ko nga dapat committee sa whole, ini at ordinance, co-sponsor kita nga tanan. Makarawot nga co-sponsor kita, di kita mag-aram. Pahaliputa tayo, ibalik tayo na committee sa whole, pagkarapayakan tayo, dimbalik kita, hinmatuhay na.
Precisely,
Thank you.
agreed
Honorable
naman.
Suyat first. Thank you. Correct ko lang klaro.
So therefore I move.
Before that motion, kasi
Agreed naman.
ara naman yung committee sa whole, it is just a draft. It is not yet a final draft. So therefore, ang mga amendments will not be incorporated aside from the report. Anyway, di ba nasod kita, kung may yung mga suggestion, submit that suggestion so that it will be included in the final draft. Propose pa lang yan Itag-submit, that is a subject to. No,
Anong kay...
not yet third reading. It's in third reading.
Pero Honorable Presiding Officer.
Yes, again, just to put the record straight. The manifestation of this representation on record, as a person record, that it will bear me out. Klarado, mas second reading. Dito. Ngayon isa pa, I even requested the members of this August body, if you have suggestion, submit it para ma-incorporate kung ano pa upay. Kasi titatuyo man, ito upay. Submit it. Kasi wala tamarama, wala niya marami ang tensyon. Submit natin para mapaupay natin.
Yes, exactly the point. That is what we are doing right now. Nag-uurusa, nagde-debate aton mga ideas para mas maupay ni nga it result ni nga aton ordinance. Pero before we cannot approve it directly for second reading. Kaya ma-approve na nga for second reading, automatic na ito here for third reading. So before we approve for second reading, dapat nga tanan na idea na incorporate natin ang nga aton proposed ordinance. Sige, Honorable Limbauan and then Honorable Agda.
Igpapadayon buwas and part 2.
Ika-36 nga session ng Sangguniang Panlungsod, Siyudad Kitong Borongan. Mayo 8, 2020, Part 2.
Okay na, Honorable lang.
Precisely, I want to make this clear. Kanina pa, agreed naman na ipapasa na and it's very clear to each and everyone, di ba? We approve this during our last session. Ibabalik na. Then, to be treated by the committee as a whole. Kaya pa man, naging bibalik-balik ito nga issue. Ito mas it is on record nga. Ibabalik na nga ni. Whatever questions, it was agreed, it was approved, ipabalik na talaga ni Kagawan Suyot for the committee as a whole. Lugo, I think it was approved nga ibabalik na.
Di ba ikatatong
Last time.
No, there was a request. Asa nga, dapat ito mag-convene kung siya man. Para ubos man suggest, yan provision 1. Yan suggestion.
Can we ask our secretary kung ano ba naging gawanan? Nga, was it on record nga Atty. Suyot agreed, I just want to verify, the committee through Atty. Suyot have agreed nga it will go back to the committee as a whole?
No, it was not agreed. There was a proposal to constitute the whole body as a committee as the whole, but this proposed ordinance remain in the Committee on Agriculture. And what was agreed last session was to call the city veterinarian and the city agriculturist for them to present their
side.
So, for the SP to understand the whole of this Dukwa agriculture.
So therefore, if ever possible daw, para di kita maghinalaba, I move let it be through Atty. Suyot.
What is your point of order, Honorable
Because
Cainday?
di ba we are parang we left the internal rules of procedure, so we cannot really make a motion during this moment until and unless we again lift our suspension. So all motions after this discussion should be treated when we lift the suspension of internal rules of procedure.
Okay, Mr. Chair, so that no further elaborations, ipasigita ang atin let us take every step.
Just a manifestation. I am amenable to that suggestion. Kung na-share ko, go ako ito lang. Para nga ni kada isa, I submit that we should submit a written suggestion para kada per provision.
Anyway, if time is of the essence regarding hininga ato na ordinance, I would suggest nga it ato na Committee on Agriculture should fast track hini. Bisan ulit na kalop, pwede ka mo mag-committee meeting, and then by Monday, kung mahuman na natin hininga proposed ordinance, pwede kita mag-special session. So,
But provide the other members first a copy.
the copy, yeah.
Pero we are done with the committee. That is why I submit that it should be the committee as a
Yes,
whole.
yes.
Para wala na sinikot-sikot. Ubos kita
Yes,
maka-participate.
exactly. O sige, patapusan talanay ang yung pending motion.
I want to proceed with my query in relation to the presence of the city agriculturist.
Yes, yes. Oh.
And it will be usable information. This information is usable in the drafting of the ordinance finally.
Yeah, okay.
Kung sano ang deadline ang ating soil testing contract, if ever the city agriculturist have knowledge of this. Kaya we want it to be, if we want to be on time, we should know. Para ma-rekwanta naman nga, it is a contract and you have to.
Yes, okay. That is well noted. Please reserve your questions after the report para mas mapadagmit kita. And also, kindly paki-dagmit it ato na pag-report para mahuman. Siguro mga 10 to 15 minutes would be enough. Sige, go ahead.
Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Okay, before I proceed, regarding the query of the Honorable Arago on the status of the BSWM survey, the physical, the survey itself was conducted February, humana, okay, including the analysis of the cell samples. What we are now waiting is for the BSWM group to present the data and the information that they have gathered. Kaya lang, based on the approved memorandum of agreement on Article 3, project implementation, the project shall be completed in 4 months and 15 days. Okay? Bali, 1.5 months field work and 3 months technical report writing, map preparation, and laboratory analysis. So kung nakapagtikang nahira by February, actually, ang mga initial nga na hinididahan mga late part of December, and then by February, era na humanaan, era mga field surveys. So, kung ang 3-month technical report writing, ma-commence after February, so March, April, May, so I suppose by June, they can already present the report.
Okay.
Actually, Your Honor, nakadepende kasi iniyan na dito kung itong timeline itong BSWM. Itong era, kwan.
Mr. Chair, may I answer that
Yes,
question?
Honorable
With due
Mayor.
respect to Honorable Arago, the problem is we have COVID. We need to understand that right now, Metro Manila is ECQ. So therefore, there's no work there. So in as much as we want to hurry it up, it will really depend on the situation at the ground in Metro Manila. What is important, they have done already their soil testing survey in our city. What we are waiting now is the result in hard copy and the result of the analysis so that our city agriculturists and us officials will be guided what particular crops that is more suited in a particular barangay so that our intervention based on the Dukuwag Agricultura program will be suited. So Mr. Chair, my point is this is the reason why we are trying to lobby with you for the approval of the same, of the Dukuwag Agricultura, because of this COVID again. If it is just normal, I hope that the BWM, the Bureau of Soils and Water Management, were able to finish it that ahead of time of the, even beyond, within not in the MOA, because they know for a fact that we are serious in this endeavor that we would come up. So what we are lobbying, Mr. Chair, because there are 10 barangays already that was finished nga may nananira test results, asa kuntaan aman hiyaan kunta igin pa priority. Anyway, if the ordinance will be approved, definitely we will not able to implement that in other barangays without the scientific data that we are needed because our intervention will be done scientifically. So, what is important, we have 10 barangays that are already finished. For instance, Didiha Loom River, San Jose, San Gabriel, and Kalikuan, humanaman na nira Suhutan, and siya. And hindi naman northern barangays, Bugas, Santa Fe, Canaga, Tamuso, and then Takyang, Taksan sa Tornino. So, at least there are 10 barangays nga makaka-kickstart kita based on the result na soil test. And the 51 barangays sa sapay diton pending Bureau of Soils and Water Management. Nakipag-istoryakan mano body in Pabula, aside nga nag-big up talaga hera nga, diri man hera pinasusulod nga titira office. So, di cannot really continue on their analysis of the soil test nga ginbuhat hera. Itakan la apil hiton body nga kung mapupwede, kasi we cannot really go in pag-implementin mga agricultural program without the approval of the ordinance. Ngan kung pananglitan man may dai-incorporate di dapuntahan mga provision ordinance, anyway the whole body is co-author of the said ordinance. Kumbaga kung ma-expedite para habang yan nga nagla-lockdown kita, especially nga damit at magpapauli, mataganta naman lahirahin it mga farmers tangan fishers folks ng mga livestock agriculture hin mga programa nga di mabibisi hira asa kontet anakin la ginlalalanat Mr. Chair nga kunta ma-facilitate hiya. Anyway, iton the ordinance and then the desire of the body ma-approve hiya. So ito naman resulted han taga soil test. Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
in relation
with due respect to the Honorable Mayor, I'm just elaborating the idea of Kagawad Cainday. The ordinance will not be as expected kundi incorporated and resultan BSWM survey. So what will happen now? The result will really delay ito na approval because we are basing some provisions on the BSWM unless otherwise is set aside na iton need iton nga result, then maybe some sort of
Sige, okay.
Okay.
That's well noted, Honorable Arago.
Just to clarify anakan sinaring it was just to clarify kay hanti ka nga unay initial nga idea about this. Asyan kuntaan premise nga an aton pag babasihan hining aton programa is the results of the soil testing. But then again, asya nga net, parang my question was only that because niya na nga pag-report ni Mr. Gabornes, nasa rin kaya dito na kailangan ang soil testing kaya may data na general idea din ni Borongan. So, ano nga to akan pagpakiana. So, wala na gamit na soil testing. But then, yan nasa rin manihira that we will be able to use the basis of the soil testing results ngin mahatag ng niraan report which is probably on June. And next, siguro para lang makampante natin City Mayor, we are also, Mayor, very in support of this ordinance. Wala problema po natin intention that we want to help the farmers and natin din yung mga marginalized sectors. Itaman la, din pa kami satisfied it form it natin ordinance because wala pa kami kikita didahan den draft and aman po mga amended suggestions para po maipasa ng hiya. So, I think parang the intention, the program itself is parang okay na haamon. We just need the form and the substance it aton ordinansa to be able nga iti substance as siya ang ginahana-hanaan tangatanan because as of now, I believe not everyone in the Sangguniang is satisfied on how it is written. Since we're co-authors, we should be satisfied that this will show out substantially the intention of the body.
Sige, go ahead, Honorable Sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. Itakan lain din punto kasi sering pa kanina panahon ang mga nakawang na makurta na ibalik kay direct kalimitado na la by next year makurin na kay election time na naman yan filing. So nga programa kinahanglan natin ini ma-implementar as soon as possible. Itatan lain din kuan nga suggestion ko, I would like to adopt the recommendation of the Honorable Melchor Arago nga dapat kada usa magsabitan nila suggestion kada provision para mapadagmit. Kaya para diri kita nago back to square one, inire-restore kan para tag-usa-usa. Kada usa ka provision ubos.
Actually,
Para mamadali.
yeah, the way I see it, the way the chair sees it from here, this was referred to the Committee on Agriculture, di ba? So, kung pagpapadagmitahin nga proposed ordinance lies within the committee chair. Kung ano at mga pakiana at mga suggestion hit ibang members, I would suggest to the committee chair nga kuhaon itira suggestion, incorporate, tapos pag-printing draft. I guess that's all what is the rest of the members is asking. Tagan hirahan draft with the proposed amendments. Kay,
yes, Mr. Chair. You have to understand that we are not yet in the final drafting of the ordinance. Ada palagi tahan mga amendments. That is why I am asking for your proposal sa initon. Para ma-incorporate kasi parang final draft, ikakatunayan, makuring man mag-ima na final draft, may pa mga suggestion.
Actually, I would suggest also to the
That is why it will be better for the committee as a whole to tackle this matter.
No, I wouldn't suggest it to the committee as a whole kay ibang member, mga busy bangin lugo diri makorum. I think it would be faster if we will just refer this to the Committee on Agriculture. And I would also suggest to the committee chair on Agriculture that I think you should take notes of whatever is being discussed here, or you can ask for the minutes kung ano ang suggestion ng ibang members. I think that would be suffice.
No. What I will do, Mr. Presiding Officer, is that I will ask for each and every member their comments or suggestion per provision.
Sige
so
lang.
We can expedite. Kasi otherwise, we will just be going back again, debating on this provision. Kaya
anyway,
para sabot, tapos ikukwanta naman. Yan suggestion para papriyo. Okay ba ka mo hini? Okay ba ka mo? Para mo padagmit. Yan na may kaduha. Yan suggestion ni Kathlyn, incorporate na para yung malan rasyonal. Ano yung
Pero
intention? Okay ba ka mo?
Parang with due respect to Honorable Suyud, kasi di ba parang what we do when we approve for second reading, before we approve it on third reading, nakalaw ko talidahan minutes, actually the Secretary will take note of our suggestions. So before you ask from us, ito nga amo talaga individual suggestions, I suggest that you also look into our journal since it will be parang, di ba, a very detailed, and parang word for word it hiya nga transcription ng atang ginhimo din hi. So, aside from that also, yun, parang you can also ask from us at among suggestions, but then again, maybe, di nito maka-expedited imo process. Mapapaiha palugod. Then you will say again na parang nakakaiha ay kami. Kaya di pa kami nakakahatag ng among suggestion in writing. So, better, since siya pointed at second reading, for us to debate, and if masumere ka nga, tikuha ka litang suggestion niya na, then it's as if we are avoiding debating during second reading, di ba?
Yeah.
Which is not really the point of second reading. That's why we're saying this. It's not because we're against your proposal, but because we have other suggestions.
Actually,
and there's a matter that you need to look into also.
On the part of the committee, we have done our part. But since the most of the non-members of the committee would want to propound matters that are relevant according to them to the proposed ordinance, I would just suggest that this is for the better shipping of the ordinance. That each and everyone is entitled to propound, to suggest any.
Actually, that's what the members of the Sangguniang is doing right now. They're suggesting to the ordinance. Anyway, let's just finish them. Let's just let them finish first before we discuss.
Kasi mapapalangan lang ito. Kung nasa may tatentation talaga, papaprove ta.
Exactly.
Mga na lang, kinkapi hayo. Then I will incorporate that in the
ordinance. Sige, pamatalaan na ito mga resource persons. Mayor, may iyak na?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I suggest, since napuno naman and may data result, siguro the best thing to do here is that we will prioritize these 10 barangays kaysa naman and may result. Tapos let us ask our city agriculturist ngayon nga mga napulo nga mga barangay, ano iti particular nga mga taranmon nga dito nga crops nga pwede, so that we can partially start the program while awaiting for the result of the 51 barangays. Siguro hopefully by May 16, the lockdown of Metro Manila will be eased. Siguro ma-GCQ itira. Hopefully by then, government agency will now go back to their work and they can start now the analyzation of our soils nga iragindara nga to hamit ha ira opisina. So hopefully we will make representation with them nga kumbaga tagang kontak kitahin priority because of this COVID to anticipate in mga programs para ito natin mga kabugtuan. Kaya ako ay agree and concur with the kasi ito ni members labi na itong chair Atty. Cainday nga we will importante kasi ang result ang gumawas kay so that we will be guided and for the Sangguniang also to know nga ditit nga particular nga barangay aset iton ti turok nga ni ti arbol ti era soil para liwat di kita nag-iinap kung ano iton ining soil test so that pero pagpapatawag hit konsiho itong taga city agriculturist kaya nga nagtanong dito kwarta San Gabriel hindi man titurok kwarta why we spend that money so kahit very important iton function ni hiton konsiho iton i-oversight so ako takon Mr. Chair suggestion and appeal nga di dahiton ordinansa taganhin close nala nga iton an mga anapulo nga nahimuna na may na-resolve asa kontaan ay tait unahan iniwi gida kaing kasing nga barangay damo-damay nga tawad makaka-benefit nga ikaduha maaperhiya nga pilot
yes pilot
nga magiging pilot area tahira so pending the result of course iton nga 51 pa nga mga barangays kaya isa na mali asa may da resulta na so itatan lugod pagpakianhan talugod itatan city agriculturist hiton iyo committee hearing kung ano yung nga dinan test result ano ang mga titurok ano nga klaseng intervention it pwede buhatan kung pananglitan magtanamhin ibang nga klasihin crop iniba masusolusyonan fertilizer or whatever nga mga solutions nga pwede buhatan. So Mr. Chair, siguro dito na litit committee kuan iton EU committee hearing kaya ako singit kasi akin mga importante nga kuan kabangin kakalpang kamo
una ang tanalaan na ito
so ilugod kuan aman itong program ni Dr. John diri man hiya related han kanan soil test kay tiya livestock man itiya ngan ita usa daman tanga program and fishery kay diri man hiya magre-require hin soil test pero may dahin mga correlation Mr. Chair for instance it livestock kasi tatan man gin-promote self-sufficiency so we need mais to support it livestock nga ni kakila pa signed an executive order extending the ban of entry hini nga mga swine from other places kay one we do not know bangin sumalakay magduduhan na lugit aton problema may data pa swine outbreak ano nga ASF and then at the same time may COVID mahuhuwad kita masyado hinuraura ma-overwhelm at mga personnel so asit nga nagbanlanay kita and this is also in consonance to support our local hog raiser nga ma-promote good itatan self-sufficiency din niya aton syudad. Thank you Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair bigo plakanay pero ti city na kaiuni na because I have so many reports to report to you about our preparation, about existing policies of the national government right now about this Balik Probinsya program. I tried to byber the kuan, ambot ko na receive at kaya wala man ang signal kangina dito. So para we will be able to discuss that kung ano datan mga strategies na pagbubuhatan once ini magin in effect na come May 16. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. To the committee chair on agriculture, please take note of the suggestion of the Honorable Mayor.
Tapos may da ko pa nga nare-report tayo, may dati uli nga seaman at idadra pa hilongos. Iti ngaran Wilbor Dilaw from Barangay Songko. So anatan take hini bisang ko na nag-undergo na hiyahin quarantine, still subject talaga hiyahin quarantine paguli kay Y. Ano hinabuha Bacolod City nag-spread ang COVID-19 ha era because may daon nira OFW nga pinauli nga to ha era nag-quarantine pero pag hiuli nag-positive. So we need dir kita tumagya. Anyway, the family willing man mag-quarantine hiya. So kaloy sa Diyos. So itata nala nagre-requestan owang hikita paan makuha nga anak, we don't have that kind of plan nga kami pet makuha kay we don't have the resources anymore. Tapos isa pa man lahin taon hiya. So hira na lang pamilya na magpapacilitate nira sa rakin na pag-uli. But anyway, our border control was already informed long before nga maulit hiya. Pero kasi nga re-require ta hiyahin 14 days quarantine. Pag ensure lang diri an incident nga hinabuha City of Bacolod, mahinabuliwat din hiya ata na City of Borongan. Anyway, an pamilya willing man. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Pagkaya na, ikakatala na era balay, but we will check first there. Iti era balay, nga may da talaga nira isolation facilities. Tapos i-brief yan na hira ni Dr. Sakmar, hiton mga protocols. Right now, ito natin, mga health physician to hira CDRRM, okay, nagpe-prepare na kita hini nga pag-isip Metro Manila, iti era lockdown, kay para waray maging smooth itatan on operation dito at mga border controls. Ato naman iton City Division Superintendent natin kay in the event nga ma-overwhelm kita, di magmadamo talaga balito ito umuli ka because in nga program itat national government nga balik probinsya, iyako tak suspicion, tatagan inhin kwarta, ipoprovide hin ride. At ato naman lakon nga the city could come up a resolution nga to national government or national IETF nga antes kuntain papangulian mag-undergolaan hin rapid test or swab test etc. o nga bago hira pasakyan para di makampanti konta kita ito nga mga magpositive di kunta paulian ganiha at kay wala taman bisan gapas din ha Borongan. So ka kunta tatakan ipakikayakan ha iyo later on nga mga steps ng pagbubuhatan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. So, sige, let our resource person continue.
Okay, if you...
So, mga 10 minutes na lang siguro.
Okay,
wrap up.
Actually, I will be wrapping up my presentation. Kaya. What I will be mentioning now, some of the measures nga malikayan iton aton kinahadlakan kunta relative itong risks para liwat Mayor.
Mr. Chair, pwede sumigit. Sorry, intrusion. Ningalimot ngayon, nakiunong hadto memorandum of an authorization haakan makipagmawa Philippine Army.
May na.
Okay na. Ay, salamat. Okay, ada hira. Para sa pagbalik kay ada gawas.
Mr. Secretary, did you furnish...
I will follow it up with monotony na lang. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Pasend na lang itong monotony. Awato na nga ni ko, Mayor. Ato na ko ng office. Sige po.
Okay, to continue. Okay. Ini makakahatag liwat in enlightenment kadto naton members of the Sanggunian para mahidugang iton magiging mga suggested measures para iton pagpulido iton naton ordinansa kay. The City Agriculture Office or the City Veterinary Office shall recommend the loanable amount of a borrower based on the prevailing cost of production as shown in the farm plan and budget and project proposal. The amount shall be prorated according to the actual area of production. The size of the farm shall be validated on-site by the agricultural extension workers. So, kung diri sa ka-ektarya, kung ano let iya inaangayan, correspondingly, hiton cost of production per hectare. The loanable amount will consist of the cost of production plus a minimum of 30 to a maximum of 50% of the projected gross income from production. The volume of production shall be set by the City Agriculture Office or the City Veterinary Office based on the technology and cultural management practices recommended for the crop or the animal. The additional amount, which is based from the projected gross income, is intended for the daily budget for food of a borrower's family while he is growing his crop or tending his animal. With an assured daily subsistence, the program believes that the borrower can now devote enough time for his farm and perform all the necessary cultural management practices and apply the recommended technologies, thereby ensuring an optimum production and income. The loan will have two components. The in-kind consisting of the material inputs like seeds, fertilizers, agrochemicals, feeds, etc., and the cash to pay for labor, land rental, and family subsistence. The in-kind component shall be procured by the program, while the cash component shall be processed by the local government unit's finance section, the accounting, the usual, and budget, and then the treasurer's office, and released to the farmer borrower on a weekly basis in the form of cash advance. The loan shall be approved only upon submission by the borrower of a notarized affidavit of undertaking that he will pay his loan as scheduled.
Yes.
Okay, notarized affidavit. So, pwede din ipapreso, actually. If a borrower is a tenant, a notarized contract between him and the landowner shall be required. The contract shall indicate the consent of the landowner allowing the borrower to use his land for entire duration of at least one cropping cycle. The contract shall also indicate the amount of lease for using the land agreed upon by both parties and shall be included in the computation of the loanable amount. To secure the loan from possible force majeure, the borrower shall be required that his farming, fishing, or animal production investment be covered by an insurance with the Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation, or PCIC. The insurance premiums shall likewise be included in the computation of the loanable amount. Okay, so those were some of the natin magiging mga adaptation measures para malikayan ito natin kinahalakan ng mga risk of failure para hindi atong programa. Okay? Kung may napaganoon ta, kaya lang, ang iba kong mga detalyihin like, kung ano nga mga crops, actually, I have already outlined didahan hanakon AIP para handog kag agrikultura, like rice, corn, vegetables, cassava, cacao, and then for fisheries, may dakong unta, kaya lang, we might be running short of time, kaya di pedok dyan. Anyway, if the honorable body so desires, I will be available para hitsunod nga kuan, labi na din itong committee hearing para itong panday, itong finalize para itong Dokog Agricultural Ordinance.
Yes.
That will be all, Your Honor.
Thank you, Atty. City Agriculturist. I think we should give the floor to the City Veterinarian for a brief. 10 to 15 minutes. We have a projector here. Okay, so 2-minute recess. Session resume. Okay, so we have our City Veterinary Officer for us to present his. Let's finish that. Siguro mga 10 to 15 minutes, Doc.
5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. Better. Okay, go ahead.
Mopayong adlaw, Honorable Council. I'll be presenting to you the plan for the livestock sector. Ang kanina, ang amon goal and amon objective was most partly na discussed na ni Mr. Gabornes. So I'll just keep it short. It akan plan for the livestock. So we could incorporate that. It aton mga amendments. It kung ano tayo pwede ibutang it aton ordinance. So, next slide. So, Borongan niya na is actually, it aton is rural kita. So, it akan title kasi, it akan program is the Rural Enterprise Development through Innovative Goat, Swine, Cattle, Carabao, Chicken, and Duck Production System and provision of livestock breeding stocks to target barangays. So, ini is partly incorporating the entrepreneurship at ating mga livestock raisers, which is, yan na din po nakikita at ating mga livestock raisers. Next slide. So, Borongan is totally rural kita and we're agricultural. So, yan it ating pinaka-primary product is few years back, copra and fishing. So, next slide. Next slide, please. Next slide. So it's statistic din regarding itaton livestock industry of Borongan. It aton yan na livestock industry is insufficient. Actually, it aton kuanya na is we import swine and other animals from other regions. Specifically, yan na it aton hog is we import it from Mindanao. So it aton target clientele is the existing livestock farmers. Ang aton niya naging aim is mga new graduated agricultural nga tagan tahirahin support if they want to venture in agriculture or livestock raising, so supportahan tayo ini nga project. Tapos mga small scale businessman. Next. So the problem in the area it aton din na Borongan is the cost of feeds. As it aton niya na pinaka number 1 na hindrance kay it aton livestock industry is very good na boom. Second is our geographical location. Darit aton lugar nga permi kita bagyuhon. Second, it aton mga livestock raisers din niya Borongan. Nakikita ko, waray nila technical knowledge to support their business. Kasi iba kasi, they will venture the business without the technical knowledge. So itamon yan na target is, before kami maghatagin loan, I would recommend them na mag-agi na nahirin training before ko hirataganhin, grant. Ito nga aton loan nga aton kukunin aton ordinance. So financial incapability, this is our target right now, nga aton zero loan interest. Tapos ikaapat nga nakikita ko is marketing, wala nila marketing strategy, how to market their products. So it aton ordinance is will be based also will also help them market their products. So advertising, wala nila they're into advertising kasi very costly. Tapos business management or financial literacy, wala nera. So opportunities which may help solve the problem, we will provide technical trainings, financial assistance, marketing, advertising, and business management support to our target partners. Next slide. So our goal, as in here, same with the concept kang inahangin ko ni Mr. Gabornes. So ikukuha ko na sustainable livestock production enterprise nga dapat may nira financial literacy kasi iba kasi is when the time nga may nira harvest is they go venture to other businesses na diri pahira nga ni nagiging sustainable era new business. So encourage young graduates to venture in agribusiness, sustainable business enterprise. Next slide. Next slide please. Back. So before kami mag-granting loan, may it akin concept dida is I will require all applicants to secure me a business feasibility study. Kung talaga feasibility iyagin ko kuan hamon nga makaramiyahin kwarta. So if we find that nga diri iton feasible nga iya kuan, we will not grant the loan. And may nam sinisiring contract nga every now and then ma-attend yan trainings. Kasi may daya na building niya na diha pipilitan nga ginihimo is may nam training center good for 100 people packs nga makakasalid. So every now and then we will conduct training hiton mga recipient it aton na program. So may daghan ng mga business managers papatraining ta nga pwede makabulig it aton mga recipient. Next slide. So actually this is my program kasi tinaro anak ni Mayor, but I'm just assuming ma-approve ng aton ordinance. So supposedly my program was on preparatory phase pa konta was January, February. Tapos nag-set up na kaya na. Actually, nag-set up na kita February, but na-lockdown man kita, so the building in Pipilitan was not finished, so undergoing pa. So, our target farm operations and training activities March to September, tapos monitoring and evaluation October to December. Next slide. So, actually, ito nyo na nga 70 million, very minimal lang nga na akin gin-propose nga kuhan, kasi I'm also afraid nga magdinako akin isa nga program nga diri ko makayanan within this year. So ang akong kunta was very minimal la. So, itong nga goat farming, itong nga anakong pinaka primary project is the Hubbard and Rhode Island eggs. So, these are the chickens nga diri good hira feed reliant. What I'm trying to say is diri hira maski diri nim tubungan hin marhalon nga feeds, magbubunay lagap hira. Bisan mga kinagod dida or ano nga mga plants, magkukuan lagap hira. So, my target here is we will provide them the livestock. So, as it may data breeding center ha, pipilitan that I will breed the chickens and I will provide the livestock farmer kung maruyag hira. So, ang goat ini nga, the rest of the program is breeding center la po it hira. Diri kira magpapautang. The goat farming, the Philippine native and pig. The first target here is to breed them first. So, asset akon nida yan na target anay. Nga may dat probation hit mag-upay nga mga breeding materials nga hihatag ta ipapautang hit aton mga livestock farmers. So, next slide please. So, click. So, this one is the Hubbard farming. So, this one, free range lahiya, makaunlahin banwa, tubungan lang nimhin mga may mga plants yan like the agua, madre de agua, nagbubunay na hiya. So meaning to say, we will not be feed reliant kasi that is the number one hindrance it atin pag bulusok it atin livestock industry, itubong kay mahalman. Next slide. So that's one. Kasi minimal light gasto, sa nga balay-balay, very good hiya hard, very good hiya as in magasto. All you need is space. Siguro mga 500 square meters, pwede ka na makatamanhin manok, magbubunahera. Next slide. So yeah, as it hiya, ang mga Hubbard, so may magbubutang ka lang yung mga pabunayan nira, dida. So magbubunay na hera. So na-average sirahin 200 eggs per year. Ito isa nga manok. So it lalaki is for meat na siya. So tawag niya dual type, for meat or for egg. Next. So this one, I am advocating nga magkuanhin kitahin native pigs kasi di naman hira feed reliant. Bisan laano tat itubo nga hira, mabubuhay hira. And itak target nila is our lechon size nga kuan kasi mas mahal hiya kaysa atan regular nga mga hybrid swines. Next. Tapos diri hiya reliant hit, diri hiya as in makitangkal bisan anim hiya layawan. So diri magasto ipagataman. Next slide. So this one is a goat. Actually, Borongan is not a goat-eating city. Basta Eastern Samar, ay naka-hitkanding. So we will have a surplus of goats. So this one is the Anglo-Nubian breed. Pwede tayo pagatas or pwede naman meat type. So this one, I am advocating also the goats because they here feed reliant naman. Buhian na hiya, higtan na hiya. Pwede na tayo, may na niya production. So next. So this one is an American Brahman bull. Nag-inquire na up. This bull cost mga 150,000 each. But this is a pure. So itakang nila, advantage tayo tiya kung may data breeding center nga to hay, that we can provide good breeding materials for our livestock raisers. Next. So this one is a Mura buffalo. As we all know, the Carabao population in Eastern Samar is declining kasi we are didaha slaughterhouse taga-adlaw, I think duwa itat giniihaw every day. So diri hiya nakaka-replenish it aton production hit Carabao. So this one is a Mura buffalo. Mura buffalo. So next. So the possible constraints of implementation of our project is the procurement delays, tapos may da mga for niya typhoons, may da na COVID, nadi-delete atan kuan. Tapos the number one challenge sa akin is the qualified recipients. Talaga nahadlag na makhin kasi I'm just aware nga maging sustainable at project kasi makaraod na atin mga payers nga di kita dita tutuhayan iti project. So actually this is a very challenging project. So, contracts, tapos this is outbreaks. As it akin mga nakikita ng mga hindrance. Next slide. So, the project forecast is very challenging actually kasi kanina pa damon yung pinakiana, what if diri magbayad, what if magkuhan. So, that's the number one part it atin constraints it niya sustainability nga project. But I'm taking my chances kasi akong kasi plan is to educate first the recipient before he atagan niya loan. So, next slide. So this is a zero interest project. This project is proposed directly at the it kasi at advantage sa kasi is damo yan at aton mga technician that will provide our livestock raisers mabubuligan tahera how to sustain their business. Next slide. So that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, City Agriculturist. City Veterinary Officer. Ito naman, excuse. So, any questions? Yes, go ahead, Honorable Cainday.
Not actually a question, but I would just like to commend also our city veterinarian for a very good project. I hope ito nga imo project, since di ba parang ay added aton ordinansa, ma-incorporate na naman hiya with your suggested requirements or other measures na makita ta para eksakto based experience in your research itatan may hatag itat pagbulig itatan mga farmers because makuray makatahin humatag lairain kwarta and mag-expect kita something in return nga di tahiraig what you call this taganhin katiyahin knowledge kung paano ngayon i-guide. So I think Honorable Suyot has already spoke with also with our veterinarian para mas maging comprehensive with ating ordinance. So thank you, Honorable Chair.
Okay, so thank you. Sign him. Yes, go ahead, Honorable
The information we body, this orientation was already a very good input during our successive committee meetings. And the provincial, the city veterinarian was always present in the committee meetings.
That's very good. So, any more questions? None? So, Doc, kanina, actually may kula pakiana, no? Our suggestion, kasi nasa rin ka-feasibility la study ni Minaaro. Why not a business proposal na let Arua para put net era feasibility study did that business proposal?
Yes, actually, yes, I can, ikwanta na la, a business proposal.
Di ba? Parang nasubmit rin it maglo-loan, permitted banko, di ba? Mas ka maglo nahatag kayo rin business proposal.
Kukulawan ta kung feasible ba yan?
Open net did feasibility study. Kung unan niya itiya pagpadalagan, itiya negosyo, may timeline naman din, mas maupay siguro para...
Actually, Mr. Chair, itakang plan is not to give cash actually. Nadirect na cash na kaya hatag. My plan is to give them livestock and equipments. Kasi pag cash ito mo ihatag, that is a very,
tempting.
Tempting magagamit ito iba. So, my plan really is not to give them cash, actually. Kasi tak plano. Direct mahatagin cash.
That's very good. Yes, go ahead, Honorable SK Federated President.
Yes,
And then,
Dr. John, may kalakuli for clarification. Kasi usad kanina naisip nga question kung ano ihahatag ta ba cash or ang livestock na mismo. Kung livestock na mismo itat ihahatag, ibig sabihin itatin la pa utangan at may na talaga mga tangkal, murutangan.
Actually, my plan is, for example, the chicken, it akin po nga requirement is space.
Okay.
So, ang aking plan was to give them 80% hanira business proposal. Nagkuhan hira in 10,000, I will pautang hira 8,000, not nga tanan. Kasi hirit mahimot tangkal, for example, yung ko hira. Tapos, we will provide them the livestock. Itan livestock naman, we will charge them at the lowest minimal itaton production cost.
Yes, yes.
Nga kuhan. Tapos itaton naman equipment ang mga nets, hikita nit mapalit at na minimal cost naman papautang tahera. Comparable with the price at Manila.
How about Dokit?
Go ahead, Honorable Pagkakay.
How about it?
Honorable Anacta?
Kanan mga hubs. Kanan mga hubs.
Honorable Bagay, I was not really incorporating the swine because I'm afraid pumalit kita yung marahalan ng mga swine tapos tamaan kita yung African swine fever. More on panak yan na. Warak pagkuhan niya na yung swine kay bangin tamaan kita African swine fever at project makakat off sayang at kwarta. So papapasta na it African swine fever maybe next year pwede na tayo mag-incorporate.
Another question.
Yes, go ahead.
Regarding kuhan swine,
if
ma-overcome na po natin ang ASF, natin problema ito nga pagtaga ASF, how would we address po atin problema hit pagtaga waste, hiton atin kabaktinan, hiton atin mga manok, would we could we provide them enough training kung paano ito i-dispose kasi basit amon experience didit barangay or barangay level damoy nagrereklamo nga mga magkakapit bahay nga itempuan nakakabaho ganito ganyan. Paano po natin i-address?
Actually, last year nag-attend akin training hababatngon for small scale backyard farmers may danim swine farmers may danim tutulong nga baboy may danim right nga tinatawag nga gas maker ito sa ning kalangan drum la actually nag-training kami kami so at least maram kami hit pwede magkuan lahin kuan dito naging kuanan ito meeting dakan savings ni Ranira gas asa nira kuan so we can apply that mga kuan up.
Sige, any more question? Honorable Cainday?
So, it was very good nga I heard nga parang the suggestion of our city veterinarian is not really to give loanable cash to our farmers kung magkukuha nila livestock. So, parang this calls it aton in section 7 letter D kasi aton ordinansa nga the loanable amount for livestock shall consist of 50 to 80% equity of the total cost of the project proposal, minimum of 10,000 but not to exceed 500,000 per recipient. So, gahin Dr. Jan, siguro mamanupay kung as I suggested kanina, kung di ba, kung chicken niya, if you're talking about goats, if you're talking about buffaloes, magbubutang nga ta, kung perait aton, if there's a loanable amount or if kung ito miyahatag lahaira is really the livestock itself and the feeds or kung ano pa ito miyahatag. Para aton daman farmers, pagkada nira, may expectation na ma-manage nga, diri in cash na pakukuha. But this one, because that is the project nga imo na studyhan, nga imo na ginggalawan, nga asat mas magiging maupay, i-implementar. So, mas upay po kung ma-incorporate yan kay that's your expertise eh. That is parang that knowledge is beyond my kuan na hiya, tak library kumbaga. So, mas upay po kung incorporate na hiya aton ordinance nila.
Okay, I'll take note that.
Sige, maupay imbitaran nila aton na city veterinary aton na committee meeting para ma-incorporate na tanan suggestion ni Doc Jan. So, any more questions before we excuse our city vet? Yes, go ahead, Honorable Suyot.
I'd like again to invite the resource person to be around at 2 p.m. For the committee meeting by the Committee on Agriculture regarding the pending ordinance. Agriculture.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you free?
Yes.
Okay, so please take note. Sige, we would like to commend aton City Veterinary and aton City Agriculturist for their hard work. Kay ikamo yan na mga kinahanglanan mag-perform talaga ng office din aton syudad Borongan kay pagkaon hay yun nakasalalay. So thank you very much, Doc.
Thank you.
We will see you at 2 p.m. Okay? So orang mandi din ako. Giin. I am Tatan ABC President.
I'm going to manifest that all barangay captain. I just advise them to see the mayor because the fund is on the mayor, not in our city.
Okay, sige. So we will dispense the. Sige. The Honorable Floor Leader, Madam.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move that we lift the suspension of our IRP so that we can proceed with our session proper.
Any objections? None. The temporary suspension of our internal rules is hereby lifted. So we have no pending and proposed ordinance regarding the Docwag Agricultura. So what is the pleasure of the body? We should refer this back to the committee? Or what?
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move that we refer this back to the Committee on Agriculture, chaired by Honorable Suyot, for further discussions and amendments of the ordinance.
Any objections? None. So we refer this to the Committee on Agriculture. So next item, Mr. Secretary.
We now move on to the status report.
Wala pa man nag-move.
Ikaw na lang.
May na? Sige.
Dispense na lang, move na lang.
Dispense. Honorable Presiding Officer, since we were unable to have substantial meetings last week due to the fact that 2 days of our session hall was used for our personnel selection board, I think we do not have substantial updates on the status of these proposed ordinances. So I move that we dispense first with our status reports and proceed with our committee report.
Second the motion.
Any objections? None. So the motion of the majority floor leader is hereby approved. So next item, Mr. Secretary.
Okay, we now move on to the committee report, laws and rules regarding an ordinance operationalizing freedom of information in the city of Borongan and providing guidelines therefore.
So the committee chair on laws and rules, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. My committee report regarding Borongan Freedom of Information Ordinance of 2020. The Committee on Laws and Rules conducted the committee meeting on May 4, 2020 at SP Session Hall, which started about 9 a.m. to tackle about the above titled ordinance. The committee convened with the presence of committee members Honorable Arago, Honorable Anacta, Honorable Cainday, Honorable Chu, Honorable Anacta, Honorable Limbauan, and Ms. Marisol Quimada. During the initial review and evaluation, the committee amended some of the sections of the said proposed ordinance. The following are the modifications. A. In Section 5, the City Legal Officer has the directive in preparing the local inventory of FOI exceptions and submitting the same to the Sangguniang Panlungsod within 30 calendar days from the date of the effectivity of this ordinance for its approval has been removed or stricken out. Letter B, in Section 7, denial of the request for information unless clearly falls under any of the exceptions in the inventory of FOI exceptions was also been removed. Letter C, in Section 9B, the free of charge to all requesting parties in complying with the requirements in section was eliminated. Section 9E, no extension shall be granted beyond 20 working days unless exceptional circumstances warrant a longer period for the respondent to request was also removed. D. Section 9F has been entirely removed. And letter E, in Section 10, subparagraph C, the following provisions has been added as an exemption from payment of fees for the first copy requested. 1. Borongan City Government Offices for official purpose, or 2. Borongan Local Government Unit for official purpose. Succeeding copies must be paid in accordance with the scheduled fees in this section, provided that exception shall be availed only once per document. F. Section 11, 5 working days instead of 15 days shall be given as a notice of denial and no extension is applicable. Notification of denial to any requesting party should be in any form. Number 2, this ordinance adheres to Section 7, Article 3, Bill of Rights of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, which state that the right of the people to information on matters of public concern shall be recognized. Access to official records and to documents and papers pertaining to official acts, transactions, or decisions, as well as to government research data used as basis for policy development shall be afforded the citizens subject to such limitation as may be provided by law. There is a need to institutionalize FOI in the city of Borongan in order to empower our citizens by making a formal request to get information about government transactions and operation, provided that it shall not put into jeopardy privacy and matters of the city and national security. Borongan Freedom Information Ordinance of 2020 is the government's response to the call for transparency and full public disclosure of information. After thorough deliberation and discussion, the committee hereby recommends to pass and approve the ordinance for second reading. I therefore submit my committee report to this august body.
Okay, so what is the pleasure of the body? Any comments, suggestions? No more? So, yes, you guide honorable. Okay. During the committee. That's very good. So, any more? Honorable Daza?
I therefore move to pass and approve Borongan.
Refer the matter to my Committee on Finance, so that we can discuss this together with the other annual budgets which was submitted for review.
Second the motion.
Any objections? None. So we refer this to the... Any announcements? None. So I would just like to inform everyone, especially at mga balay, and gin-order han aton LGU through makakabulig yapin. Discussions? None. So our 36th regular session is now adjourned. Thank you very much and mopay adlaw.